You know a person's retarded when I start doing slideshow commentaries.
I'm getting an awful lot of backlash for a movie I haven't reviewed yet.
But somehow, despite that, you're able to make a 14-minute long video about why you shouldn't see that movie in the first place.
Talked about it during the live stream. A couple of times we talked about it in live streams, and I also read my comments. Now I'm hearing people telling people, lying and defaming about me, lying about me, claiming I reviewed this. So here's where I will start to review this.
No, there's a tradition of saying, keep this in mind, it'll be important for later, but I'm just going to come right out and say it. She doesn't review this movie. She gives like a half-hearted like summary that's very skewed and kind of insulting, but that's basically it.
How do you review a movie that is not designed to be a film that is designed to entertain you?
Well, shit, I guess you got a point there. I mean, if the movie doesn't entertain me, then how can I review the movie, you know? It basically leaves me nothing to talk about, except for maybe, well, the acting, the directing, the cinematography, the editing, the soundtrack, the story, the characters. But other than that, I mean, there's nothing really else to talk about. I mean, shit, you might as well review some twigs and leaves you found in your backyard at this point. I'm skipping past a lot of this because she just gives her sort of criteria of what she considers to be a movie worth reviewing. Then she talks about the haters. But for the most part, I'm skipping past a lot of her stuff because there's shit like this in it.
Should I do the thing? Did we already do the thing? Oh, I think we already did the NPR bumper.
Whoopsie.
I think we did. Tell me, did I do the NPR bumper already? I think I did.
First off, that's fucking annoying. Don't ever do that again. Secondly, if you're going to be this bad at doing shit live, maybe don't make a video that's live. Make something that's more contained and you can fucking edit. Because you sound like a rambling moron right now.
I might have. The Sound of Freedom movie is... First off, you cannot treat this like a movie. And I've said that countless times. You cannot treat this like a movie.
But it is a movie. What was I watching an anime the entire time?
This is one of those productions that are designed as an emotional tool to make the viewer cry about the content in the film, whether it be a video of PETA, you know, with those animals that you see that they're trying to convince you to be a vegan.
Or it could be like, you know, Blood Diamonds, which explores blood diamonds in Sierra Leone and the human exploitation that comes with that. Or maybe Lords of War, which is about a arms sealer who supplies third world dictators and warlords with guns and ammunition. Or maybe Sicario, which a lot of people are comparing Sounds of Freedom to, which is sort of in the same vein as that movie, but about the Mexican drug cartel. But, you know, PETA documentaries, I guess, work too.
Those type. That is exactly what this is designed to do. This is designed to make you go, oh, this is horrible. I now need to cry about this.
I mean, if you're a filmmaker talking about a serious and heavy topic like child trafficking, I think it would be a good thing that you made the audience cry because it's kind of depressing and a serious issue.
And I think the goal of this is to have everybody stop whatever they're doing and tweet about it constantly. Maybe that might be part of the goal.
Oh no, how horrible. People talking about a movie they like on the internet.
Maybe the goal is just to, I don't know, intimidate people into falsely inflating their box office by buying 2 and 3 tickets with their pay it forward method. This is one of the things that they're doing with this film before I actually review the content and quality and entertainment value and should you watch the film or not. There are people who are buying 2 and 3 tickets for this film.
Some of you are probably going to say I'm lying, but I actually do kind of feel bad for her because this is not the gotcha that she thinks it is. The pay it forward method is basically a way people can give free tickets to friends and family. And even if those people don't claim tickets, the tickets are basically still free for anybody to use. So basically, you can just watch this movie for free if you want to. Are there people who are probably abusing this sort of system so they can help inflate the numbers? Sure, it's possible. But then again, who's at fault here? The people that want to promote this movie, Angel Studios, who probably feels very passionately about the subject matter that they're portraying in that movie and would like everybody to go see it, or the people who don't claim the free tickets. I mean, it's more than just black and white here. And also, just from a more objectional standpoint, I can understand someone hating the sort of method that's being used here, but trust me, in a few years, every single major studio is going to have their own version of the pay it forward method. It's just way too profitable not to use.
So you don't have to at all. If you don't want to, they're making plenty at the box office because their goal, like everybody in Hollywood, is to pad their box office. They make more money. Make money, right?
Yes, Mecca Random, you finally cracked the fucking code. You finally figured it out. The sad truth about Hollywood films is that they want to make a lot of money from them. I don't know why they would do that. It's like they cost like $1 million fucking dollars or some shit. I'm going to skip past more of this. She insinuates that people are threatening YouTube reviewers into giving it a good score, like that somehow means something. And also, she makes a really bad Sarah McLachlan Soul Asylum joke. I would chime in to say how offensive it is, but you know, it's just kind of bad and stupid.
It's based on a true story of a guy who has 7 kids at home and goes off and saves everybody else's because despite being out of his jurisdiction and despite being 100% the fault of the father in the film who left his kid on a casting couch unattended.
You know what? I'd actually want to see Sound of Freedom written by Mecha Random now. Like, just imagine, like, Jim Caviezel's character going up to the dad like, hey, you left your kid on the couch. Tough shit. Make another one. That sounds like a feel-good movie for the summer.
To get snatched. Despite all that, he's going to go over and say, hey, I'm looking for little girls who are doing this. Oh, and they actually do that in the movie. So if you had a problem with that in Cuties, where you have the little girls actually doing the thing.
Yeah, I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say that the reason people hated Cuties wasn't because they did some photos that were kind of sexual. I think there was something more sexual about it than just that people didn't like. Also, I know I'm not correcting her on some of the inaccuracies that she makes about the movie, but obviously she's just being a contrarian asshole who just wants to hate something because everybody loves it. That's obviously what she's doing here. So I'm not even going to try to explain the movie because it's probably been explained to her multiple times and she's still like, yeah, it just doesn't make sense. I don't like it.
This is a movie that is designed to make you cry, so you stop everything and tell people to stop everything and watch it and cry about it. Because I guess you can't review it as a movie. You cannot review this as a movie. It's not like The Naked Gun.
That is the weirdest fucking comparison of two movies that have literally nothing to do with each other. That's impressive. Also, how do you think she reacts when someone recommends her a movie that has a sad ending? Like, oh, Requiem for a Dream? You're just trying to make me feel sad about drug addicts. Oh, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas? You're just trying to make me feel bad about Holocaust victims. Oh, Green Mile? You're just trying to make me feel bad about Nick.
It's not like something you go out to in real theater and buy real tickets for. You have to find it in these little art house movies. You have to find it in these little movie theaters that cater to like the Dinesh D'Souza crowds.
Call it a hunch, but I don't think there's a specific theater that just plays art house films and Dinesh D'Souza documentaries. I could be wrong, but that doesn't sound profitable. And even if they were, they're still real theaters that sell real tickets. What makes a ticket from there and a ticket from AMC any different? It seems kind of pointless of an argument.
I do not like bumming people out. I do not like telling people to cry and make them cry. I figure this world is depressing and dark and horrific enough. You know, why can't we have puppies and kittens and rainbows and clouds?
Nick, I think your mom's watching Saturday morning cartoons in her head. You should get a nice custom necklace made for her that says "Out to lunch." Okay.
Go, clouds. Something more positive. I've been annoyed at inattentive parents for years. They've been the reason the girl is... Yeah.
You paid $5 to tell 2 unfunny jokes in a row. Who the fuck is paying you?
Like I said, you can't... This is one of those movies that's literally... It's got the guy from The Passion of the Christ. It's got the guy who literally played the Jesus in that. And the person making these has this sort of... in my opinion, has this sort of complex, like they're doing the God's work, the Jesus' mission.
Yeah, that's also not the gotcha that you think it is as well. There's a lot of movies that are based on stories from the Bible because the Bible has interesting stories in them. Also, just because a movie has something related to the Christian faith in it doesn't mean it's a Christian movie. And it also doesn't mean that it's a Christian movie on par with something like sort of the cheesier stuff that you get from Pure Flix. Also, I find it kind of ironic that you want to be Miss Positivity, but you have a problem with someone playing Jesus who preached a message of love. It just seems kind of weird to me. I don't know.
Despite having 7 kids at home that they're not paying any attention to, apparently. Leaving their wife to take care of by herself. Paying her a huge salary, too, off the back end. They're one of those foundations. So... this is, you know how like BLM paid their own people hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. So he's paying his wife and his kids hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, probably, allegedly, on the back end based on what we found online.
Online? Well, shit, that's as official as the 10 Commandments. Also, what is it? Is Tim a bad person because he's not there for his family? Or is he a bad person because he supports his family financially? You gotta pick something, dude. I don't know.
Is designed to intimidate people into making you cry to join their movement. This screams to the high heavens of cult indoctrination 101.
A studio wants people passionate about their work and they want them to watch more movies? Shit. I gotta call the FBI. This is a fucking scoop right here.
Struggle sessioning anybody who will not stop everything and say they condemn what they show in the film, the harm coming to the young people. I mean, clearly, nobody approves of that. But they want you to say it specifically in a certain way, or else, you know, because they want to break you. They want to break your spirit. They want to break your will.
Child rape is bad. Child grooming is bad. Child exploitation is bad. Child sex trafficking is bad. And it should never happen under any circumstances. And the people who are involved in it are horrible people. Apparently, this is hard for this woman to say. And I really don't know why. But it's apparently very hard.
So, I don't recommend you see this film. I just say never talk of it. Never speak of it again. Pretend it doesn't exist.
You know, it's none of my business, but I think if you don't want people to think that you might be a groomer, it would be best not to use language that sounds like you're working in the USSR under the reign of Joseph Stalin. Just doesn't seem like good optics to me.
Because, in my opinion, it's doing more harm for the movement than good. Especially to people like me who have offered plenty of suggestions on how to kind of nip a lot of this in the bud 20 years ago and realize that, oh, this is a bigger problem than an idiot like me on the internet.
God, that is really stupid. So the movie based on the real life of a guy who actively went into these foreign countries to try and save children is doing bad for the movement, but you who blogged about it one time in 2003 and then just decided to never do it again. You're the activist. You're the good person here. You're the one that did the most out of anyone in this story. Okay, I guess.
I do not give positive reviews to movies that I find to be ridiculous. Here are the people I do recommend watch this. Please, Brad Jones, Cinema Snob, please watch this. You're going to get kicked out of this one.
He gave it a C+. It's a competently well-made movie, and you would know this if you actually seen the movie.
Todd in the Shadows, please watch this.
That makes no fucking sense. He reviews music. Why would he talk about this?
That crowd, the nostalgia critic crowd, the people, the Mystery Science Theater crowd. Please watch this. It's hilarious. I want to see riff tracks riff this one professionally.
Do I need to explain why that's a terrible fucking idea? Do I really need to explain that? Are you that dumb? That sounds like a horrible idea. The same group of people that didn't roast Child Bride back when they were doing MST3K, they're going to roast Sound of Freedom? Not fucking likely. Even the movie did suck. They wouldn't do that shit. They just wouldn't. That's fucking risky as hell. Alright? There's no way to make the subject matter in that movie funny. I mean, shit, while they're doing that, they should riff American Sniper. I'd love to see what they would do with the drill bit. Jesus Christ.
I am Mecca, and people are going to be really mad at me over that.
Mecca, that video was shit. This isn't a review. Actually watch the movie next time before you have some weird axe to grind with it. Anyways, that's the end of the video. I'll see you guys never. Peace.